Hello, my name is Tony Pham. iPhone 8's 3D sensing module is ready for mass production, claims Rosenblatt Securities' Zhang. The Apple iPhone 8 is a source of regular rumors, leaks and speculation. As has the case been with previous iPhones, we believe that the majority of details related to the device will surface prior to its launch. Already, the rumor mill has made significant headway in this regard. The smartphone is rumored to feature a special focus on VR and 3D. Today, we've got some specific information in this regard. Take a look below to find out more. Viavi Solutions will provide Apple with optical filters to work with iPhone 8's 3D sensors. When we talk rumors, the iPhone lineup always features some of the coolest. This year, we're hearing a lot of interesting, albeit alleged, details pop up. Out of these, the one which has caught the most attention relates to a vertical dual camera setup for the smartphone. Some of the earlier rumors for the device believe that the change will be made for a purely aesthetic purpose. Now, looking at Apple's recent hires for VR and some credible information, we have reason to believe otherwise. Today, we've got some fresh information, courtesy of folks over at Rosenblatt Securities. It's the first bit of practical information which has surfaced related to 3D sensing. Analyst Zhang makes some very interesting claims today. According to him, optical filters are an absolute must to incorporate 3D sensors into a smartphone. To that end, Apple's placed some orders as well. In particular, Zhang mentions Viavi Solutions and how the company's optical filters will see increased demand in the near future. According to him, we are positive on Viavi as we believe the business is not heavily exposed to the volatility of the optical market and remains a 3D sensing market leader, which we believe has not been fully reflected in the stock price. Our industry research also suggests that many Chinese 3D sensing module suppliers have all chosen Viavi as the sole optical filter supplier, and 2 Apple has booked capacity of 150 million optical filter units from Viavi in 2018. Zhang also notes that the iPhone 8's 3D sensing module is ready for mass production, which is just in time for a September launch. That's a big claim and outright confirms rumors that Cupertino will introduce the tech in its 10th anniversary iPhone. The iPhone 8 will also feature wireless charging, new build materials, an edge-to-edge display and improved hardware. With respect to another rumored feature, a virtual fingerprint sensor, the verdict still isn't final. Right now, we believe that the tech isn't available for mass production. However, don't count Apple out from having any bunnies in its hat. Thoughts? Let us know what you think in the comments section below and stay tuned. We'll keep you updated on the latest. Thank you for watching. For the follow-up, subscribe to the channel yourself here.
With a glass back. Looks to me like the iPhone 7s will finally unlock the magical power of wireless charging for the iPhone generation, sabotaging a potentially unique marketing point of the iPhone 8. More details from the latest leaks here on Forbes. Forget the iPhone 7s or iPhone 8, something else comes this way. And then there's the question of the name. The internet has seemingly settled on iPhone 7s, iPhone 7s Plus, and iPhone 8 or at least those are the terms you need to search for to find any news. That doesn't mean Apple will stick with those names. There's more than enough evidence from previous launches that Tim Cook has something else in mind. With all the talk of the iPhone 8 online, it's unlikely that even Apple's ivory tower view of the media would release 3 handsets with numbers lower than 8. Which means you have a basic model, a plus-sized phablet, and a highly specified and insanely expensive model. Apple already has a pattern for this, so let's reconfigure the lineup around the hip new labels and fit in with the numbering scheme to offer us the iPhone 8, iPhone 8 Plus, and iPhone 8 Pro. Except Tim Cook apparently has arithmophobia, so let's drop the 8 bomb and regenerate the lineup in the 10th anniversary of the first Apple smartphone. iPhone, iPhone Plus, iPhone Pro. Some justification on the new naming conventions here. Can Apple really live without Touch ID? Touch ID, the biometric fingerprint scanner on the iPhone range devices, looks set to be missing from the iPhone 8. Thanks to the removal of the home button, Touch ID would have needed a new home in any case. Options such as embedding it in the power button or using the Apple logo on the rear chassis have been mentioned, but these are being ignored. Tim Cook is going to gamble on losing Touch ID altogether and rely on facial recognition. As leaked in its own software, Apple will instead move all iPhone 8 security to Face ID, a new facial recognition that will hopefully work better than Samsung's erratic implementation in the Galaxy S8 and Galaxy S8 Plus, which struggles in bright sunlight, low light, and when wearing glasses/sunglasses. But Samsung played it safer than Apple, because both the Galaxy S8 and Galaxy S8 Plus still retain their fingerprint sensors as a fallback. They are idiotically positioned, but they were still my default method of unlock within a week of using each phone. More here on Forbes. Improving your portrait. Lurking inside the latest iOS 11 beta release is new code for Apple's portrait mode. This is the dual-camera-powered bokeh effect, where the subject is in sharp focus, while the background goes out of focus. Apple has refreshed the settings, but also stores data of the original image capture so you can remove the effect for a clean portrait at a later time. Mike Weatherly has more. Portrait mode not only has exited its beta status, but has seen some improvements as well. The procedure to take the shot is unmodified, but the edit feature now allows for the effect to be removed at will, and non-destructively. The effect still can't be applied retroactively if the image wasn't taken in portrait mode to begin with. All the details are at Apple Insider. Calling Dick Tracy, Apple style. For a companion device, a lot of people want the Apple Watch to operate independently from the host iPhone or iPad. Apple more than likely has the technology to do so inside Cupertino's labs, but is it ready for the public? Bloomberg's Mark Gurman believes so. Currently, Apple requires its smartwatch to be connected wirelessly to an iPhone to stream music, download directions and maps, and send messages while on the go. Equipped with LTE chips, at least some new Apple Watch models, planned for release by the end of the year, will be able to conduct many tasks without an iPhone in range, the people said. For example, a user would be able to download new songs and use apps, and leave their smartphone at home. More on the unconnected Apple Watch potential here. Go large, an option for new MacBook Pro. As it stands, the MacBook Pro machines top out at 2 TB of storage, provided by a pair of 1 TB VNAND package. Now that the South Korean company has been able to increase the size of these chips, Apple will have the option to ship a Mac machine with a whopping 4 TB of storage in the near future. Samsung announced a 1 TB VNAND chip that it expects to be available next year. Initially mentioned in 2013, during unveiling of the industry's first third NAND, Samsung has been working to enable its core memory technologies to realize 1 TB of capacity on a single chip using a VNAND structure. The arrival of a 1 TB VNAND chip next year will enable 2 TB of memory in a single VNAND package. More at Samsung, and a tip of the hat to Ben Lovejoy. And finally, following the lukewarm reception to Planet of the Apps, Apple's second original series has debuted and the reaction has not improved by much. Carpool Karaoke takes the short-format sketch from The Late Late Show, ports it over to Apple's distribution system, and increases the runtime. Has it worked? Rebecca Nicholson reviews the show. Apple has supersized his formula but, in doing so, has managed to misunderstand entirely what it is that made it charming. Judging by the first episode and what's teased later in the series, this is less about getting a revealing interview out of someone who may otherwise seem distant, and more about bowing down to the power of celebrity. Will Smith, who stars in the first episode, isn't there to have a conversation with Courtney. He's there to perform. The full review is at The Guardian. Apple Loop brings you 7 days worth of highlights every weekend here on Forbes. Don't forget to follow me so you don't miss any coverage in the future. Last week's Apple Loop can be read here, or this week's edition of Loop's sister column, Android Circuit, is also available on Forbes. Thank you for watching. For the follow-up, subscribe to the channel yourself here.